Hello and welcome to RGI Pep Talks. This is a new video series by Raybourn Group International, made possible with the support of our friends at Markey's Rental and Staging. Today we're going to hear from our partners at Visit Indy on what matters to attendees and how to evaluate potential destinations. We're thrilled to have Chris Gahl with us here, who serves as Senior Vice President for Visit Indy. Chris has been named 40 Under 40 Business Leader by the Indianapolis Business Journal and has served as a member of the Stanley Lacey Leadership Class. He holds a degree in communications from Butler University right here in Indianapolis and also serves on their board of trustees. Chris, thank you for being with us. We really appreciate you sharing your time and expertise with us.
It's my pleasure, Leslie, to be here in the #1 convention city in the U.S. in this cool
Absolutely.
cafe and coffee shop in one of our cultural districts. So thank you for having me on.
Absolutely. Well, let's dive right in. So what trends are you seeing when it comes to site selection? What are attendees demanding from that overall experience?
That's a great question. Three things come to mind. The first is local, hyper-local. They want local chefs, local produce, local unique venues where they can convene. And so uber hyper-local continues to be a trend that planners are not only asking for, but demanding. And so from speakers being local. So rather than these higher profile national speakers, who's the local expert? The second one is really experiential. Get outside the walls of the hotel or the convention center and experience the culture of the city, whether that's via bike or Segway, whether that's walking, hiking, jogging, swimming. They really want experiential. And the third, which is mutually beneficial, is leaving a positive footprint. The social and corporate responsibility piece continues to shine, continues to be something that a planner is looking for during the site selection and then also during the meeting. And so local nonprofits benefit, as well as attendees from getting out into the community.
That is certainly a trend we're seeing with our clients as well. So we hear a lot right now about it's a seller's market when it comes to contracting. How can planners best navigate this new reality and get outcomes for their clients?
I would say the first question, especially when you're working with a convention and visitor bureau or even a hotel, is what other meetings are overlapping on my bookends or within short proximity of my meeting or convention. A lot of times that's not a question that's asked, and you see continuity, you can see partnership. And so rely on that CVB to ask what other similar meetings are happening in and around mine, and that can often unlock partnerships and cooperative marketing and a rising tide. And so again, just what else is happening in and around the city that I could be leveraging and should be aware of?
Great point, instead of just thinking about their meeting as it comes in. So when it comes to site selection, at RGI, our process is to always start to first look at the cities that might work well for a specific client, maybe geography, where members are, how easy does it get there, that kind of thing. Then we typically reach out to a group like yours, a Convention and Visitors Bureau in the city, to help identify potential venues or hotels. Can you talk about a bit about the benefit of working with a CVB when you're looking to host a meeting?
Well, thanks. I guess I'm a bit biased, but
That's okay.
Most major cities have a Convention and Visitor Bureau whose job it is to help that planner make their meeting more affordable, more profitable, and to have more attendees as a whole. And we do that for free. That's a free service. A lot of times I think there's a misperception and conception that, well, you're making money, or it really is a client service provided for free by the city. And so where we pride ourselves is cutting through red tape, unlocking doors, political doors, community relations doors, venue doors. CVB should be the industry expert, the city expert for all things destination. And so by partnering with the CVB, you're able to cut through that red tape and really when there's a time for a crisis or there's an issue, your CVB can cut through that and unlock those doors. So never mind the rates. We work from a CVB perspective, meet with our hotels daily. And so those existing relationships in our market can be leveraged to ultimately get those extra special touches, whether that's Wi-Fi, parking, and other concessions to help make the meeting more profitable.
Do you find often that people have the misconception that they should only come to you if it's a citywide?
Exactly. That's a great point. I'm glad you brought that up, Leslie, because again, we take at Visit Indy meetings from 10 people to 10,000 people to 100,000 people. Yeah. And so it doesn't matter the size. We really just truly want to help and make that experience unique and memorable. Our mantra is quality, not quantity. So the quality of those 10 visitors coming is just as important as the 100,000 who come for a major sporting event.
Oh, great point, great point. So what's your top advice when it comes to site selection?
You know, again, lean on that CVB. Have them really understand the demographics, the psychographics, the behaviors of the attendees. So when a planner comes to site our city, we want to interview them as much as they want to interview us. How has attendance been the last 3 years, 5 years, 10 years? Have you seen a drop off on sponsors versus exhibitors? We really get into the science of who should be visiting as part of your conference, and then how can we help you make it a stronger meeting. And I think sometimes the planner doesn't ask, how can you attach to our marketing and help us make attendance even stronger? And so just as a reminder for those watching to say, hey, CVB, I know you can help me with hotel blocks, I know you're going to help me with transportation, but how are you going to help me market my meeting? What dollars and what in kind will you provide to the table?
Great point. That's a great point, Chris. Thanks so much for your time. I'm sure people got some great takeaways today. We hope you enjoyed this episode of RGI Pep Talks. For more meeting tips or to find out more about how Raybourn Group can help you make your event successful, go to our website at www.raybourn.com.